Привет из Дубая. С вами передача «ГолубьМира», где разбираем крутые навыки. Спрашиваем на английском, отвечаем на русском. Подтягивайте язык или смотрите перевод в тайм-кодах. Let's talk about economics of impression and let's start with the definition.
When we buy some service or some goods, we could divide everything for two parts. First, it's material. We have something. And another is like our expression, our feeling. We're happy to have it. We're happy to unpack. We're happy to wear. We're happy to feel maybe something, some materials or maybe some features. So if you just selling roasted potato, you could do it in several ways. First, you will give it on the plate, like smashed potato and just one spoon on the top of it. Or you could add some parsley, some carrots, some tomatoes, and make it like a fusion. It would be nice viewing. The same, for example, you are going to be tourist guide and you will just describe everything you read yesterday from the book, or you will add something funny, stories, you will make some scenes and so on, and everyone will think maybe it's the best guide I ever seen. So it's not about knowledge, it's not about material. This is how you feel it when you see it. For example, I was going on elephant ride. I don't know, maybe it was Thailand. It was like 20 years ago. And I was asked, do I want to go on male, female, or small elephant? And I was asking, what's the difference? And the guide told me, no one wants to guide a small elephant, but it is really funny. And you will sit alone without nobody. Yes, there is some danger, but this animal would be fed by you with bananas and will go if you will be ласковый
Tender.
and if you will be tender. And when I used to go with baby elephant, I was so happy. Was not too high, was not too fast, and was really like game.
And actually, maybe I would compare this skill with some of the things that happen in the product management, because also it's like a user journey when you have like beginning of it, and it's also might be starting even before you using the product, and there is also part of the usage, like when you're executing and just like giving the impression of the product and add certain value, and there also might be like aftertaste. And the best example so far that comes to my mind here in Dubai, there is a show called La Perle. So basically, what they do even before you go there, they actually would send you the email with the king, like saying, "Hey, I invite you to my place." Then you go inside, you're already like amazed by like how they welcome you. You see the part of the amazing show. When you go afterwards, you also, like will be passing through the specific like pictures or maybe see the more motorcycle drivers. So it's actually like aftertaste. So overall, you feel like, wow, there was some magic happened this evening. So it's like you consider part of the journey. Like when you're trying to build something like this, how you should approach to it and what kind of things you need to keep in mind.
Yes, you're completely right. I also like this show La Perla in Dubai, and I have been there maybe for 3 times. And I know just one show that maybe a bit better than this in Hotel Wynn in Vegas. Just one show could be better, or even Cirque du Soleil and so on, much worse. And yes, when you're coming, you have a red carpet, you go upward, you could buy popcorn with special flavors, then you go in this 3D dimensions, and then you go out, you could make pictures, and also you are quite happy. But I have never heard about these letters and invitation, because I was buying this from concierge in hotel. Maybe they got my invitation and they maybe were much happier. But yes, you should think about this. In School of Troubleshooters, we have such a skill like design thinking or design products. And in this case, you should think how many touches you will do with your customers. I was in Algiers, in South Sudan, in Africa, and I was not expecting something unusual. But suddenly I was buying a local phone. If I'm not mistaken, it was French brand called Sagem. And when I bought it, it was like a book with very thick pages, and on first page I have first part of the phone and small instruction. I flip it out, then it was a battery and SIM card I take in the phone, and maybe 5 or 6 pages, and I was assembling this phone step by step. But was from Ukraine. I have been in a lot of fancy shops where you could buy phone, but I have never seen such a beautiful concept. You have instructions on each page, like 1 or 2 steps, and you make it immediately. It was so funny. It was so easy.
So obviously, when we're trying to create something exciting for our, let's say, customer or user, we might be thinking that our way of, doing things is the best. But obviously, it also could be a very subjective. So actually, now let's talk about what kind of things we might be doing wrong when we're trying to manage all of these expressions.
Usually we do it everything very plain. I couldn't remember, have you been to the lecture, but on the one lecture, maybe it was Windows and tools, or maybe something else, we were accidentally we decide to go deeper inside of Dodo Pizza, and I go to the console and I was starting to type some commands, and suddenly site give us an answer. If you are so clever, feel yourself invited to our team. And I was thinking, wow, it was not cool because I found it. It was cool because everyone was seeing it. Because if I was telling a story, maybe not too many people will believe, but it happened. And I was thinking, wow, someone was thinking if somebody would making debugging of the site. And it is this is example of such a way.
So when it comes to actually, using this in the future, given that there is like so many development over different technologies and, like where the humanity progressing, what else also would happen in this domain to even improve the user experience, like for better?
By the way, the same Hotel W in Dubai, by the way, I never was living in their room, but for example, you will live in New York or you will live in W on Maldives. You will get on several nights a bottle of champagne, which you never asked for, but it would be like a compliment. It is already in the price, but you don't know it. And each day you will come and you will find small cake or small sweet or bottle of champagne close to your room. And you know, it's going like a quest. So you're going at the room and you're thinking what you will get. Maybe it would be macaroni or some other. The same with Hilton. Hilton just 4-star hotel, but also all nights you'll have something bedside, and it's very funny. Or for example, you will go and find that your bath is already filled and you have some roses flying on the surface.
And my last question will be how knowing about managing of impressions could help to make this world a better place?
Maxim, I have been to many hotels. I have been flying too many planes, and you know, cost of ticket or the cost of the room means nothing. Sometimes it was cheap and it was completely gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Sometimes it was expensive, but I was feeling myself what it was not worth of it. You know, I was living in Hotel Hilton Park Lane in London, and I was living in a room which was called by Prince Charles. It was very expensive. For me, it was like 1 month living in Kiev, but I have no other choice. It was hacker conference in London, which I was to attend. And I was thinking, yes, I have a nice view. I have some personal stuff on the walls, but I am not feeling myself as a Prince Charles. I was sitting close to the window. I was opening my notebook and I was programming my antivirus. And I was thinking it was the same with Bill Gates when he was programming on the airport bench before showing to someone and so on. But when I was wake up, now I was understand, wow, it is so special. I was not wake up by call, but someone knocked my door, and 2 guys with white gloves comes and they were asking me, how do you like your omelette? And they were making omelette. I was laying in the bed and they were making omelette, orange juice and some other stuff. So they were all everything preparing, taking to me, then they were standing, not looking at me, and they were taking empty plates. So they have done everything. Yes, maybe it was a show. Maybe it doesn't cost so much money I have paid. But in this moment, in this very moment, I was understanding. Now I have something to remember. And now maybe I was a small step closer to the Prince Charles.
I guess it's about like making unique you so that you can make unique experience, so that you will have unique memories. А мы рассмотрели навык экономика впечатлений и чем он полезен именно вам. Всем мира!